Y'all, if y'all don't believe nothing else that I'm saying, please believe me when I say everything comes to light. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care if you thought you got away with it. Everything at some point is going to come to light. So do not, just don't lie, bro. Just don't lie. Pick up the phone, chat. Drop the phone emojis in the chat. If you want a phone, pick up the phone. I'm calling, telling you going to call them back. It's story time, baby. Phone emojis in the chat right now, ski. My friend is setting up my new boo. And honestly, it ain't nobody to blame but me. I feel like if I would have never just took the whole thing from jump, if I would have just told Francesca, like, look, no, that's something y'all going to have to settle. I'm not getting in the middle of that. I feel like April wouldn't be in this position. Francesca wouldn't be reaching out to pathetic Pam in order to try to set April up. And me and Francesca probably would have still had our friendship. So, yeah, I have to take accountability. I feel like everything fall on me. My next thought process was like, how am I supposed to tell April? At this point, me and April are getting closer than close. You might as well say we dating, but everything is just low key. Francesca haven't reached out. I haven't heard from Francesca. One night, me and April was laying up and April was saying like, oh my God, somebody keeps calling my phone private. Now somebody's texting me like somebody's playing on my phone. So I'm like, what are they saying? She was like, they just hit me up like, oh, you like girls now, so you're in a relationship with a girl. I knew it, this, and that. Now, mind y'all, like I just said, me and April were very low-key. The only people that knew me and April talked was me and April and Francesca. So, of course, I already knew it was either Francesca or pathetic Pam putting themselves up to it to try to harass April. Y'all, they was calling back to back to back. No call ID. They kept texting all these weird, crazy stuff, trying to taunt her, trying to tease her, trying to pick on her. And I'm just like, bro, this is so lame. Honestly, I was way more upset than April was. April kind of found it humorous. She's like, oh my God, whoever this is, like, they just need to leave me alone. They're not going to hurt my feelings. I don't care. They in my business. Like, they've always been so obsessed with me, this, and that. So I asked April, like, just to see where her head at. I'm like, do you have any idea, who it is? And y'all, the first thing that came out of her mouth, she was like, probably this girl named Francesca. Like, she was mad at me because years ago, her dude was like trying to talk to me. Even though I turned the dude down, her dude wasn't even my type. She has been having this weird vendetta, like, of get back towards me. And we fought one time, like, we already kind of like tussled it out, and she still won't move on. I feel like it's because I got the best of her. A lot of people were saying, even people from Francesca's side was saying like, oh, you won the fight, stuff like that. They was giving April her props, and Francesca didn't like that. Mind y'all, this is my first time ever hearing about that. Francesca never told me that there was a fight, that there was a tussle. She said that words were exchanged and stuff like that, and they went back, doing this, get back this and get back that. But she never said they laid hands on each other. And my only guess is because Francesca got beat up. April got the best of Francesca. So maybe that's why she left that very important detail out. April went on telling me detail after detail, like, yeah, like one day I finally saw her in public and I was like, yeah, you talk too much, like do your mouth, match your hands, like let's get it in. And they got the tussling. And unfortunately, April came out on top and Francesca just kept on saying, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. April's like, nah, what's crazy is the fact that, like, she's still obsessed with me. She still stalks my social media. She still tries to keep up with me. She still asks people about me. Like, she is so weird. She won't leave me alone. She won't let it go. April was saying how she been over it. She been past it, stuff like that. She don't even care about Francesca, but for some reason, Francesca is still to this day obsessing over her. And I knew April wasn't lying because Francesca put me up to the plate to even be doing this stuff to April in the first place. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. One thing that made me respect April more was the fact that she told me what she did. She told me the stuff that she was doing to Francesca, stuff like that. Like, she wasn't trying to make herself seem innocent. I feel like a lot of times people are always trying to tell you what the other person did, but it's like, all right, and what about your story? They try to play it like they like this sweet little angel. But nah, April was like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong for saying this, or maybe I was wrong for doing that. But at the same time, I want this girl to leave me alone. Like, every now and then she comes, like, she pops back up, trying to harass me, trying to text me, trying to call me, all this other stuff. She was like, she just still hasn't let it go. And you would think then would have been the perfect time for me to come out and tell April, like, well, that Francesca that you speak of, I know her. She's actually my friend. Well, maybe ex-friend now. But still, y'all, I couldn't bring myself to do it. Like, how was I even supposed to start off the conversation? Like, look, well, you've been talking about Francesca and this whole time, you know what I'm saying, months later. Because at this point, we've been dating for a couple of months. Like, if we're going to add the month that, like, we ghosted each other, maybe around this time, it's like 3 months. We done went on trips together, spending the night at each other's house. I done met her family, all this, y'all. We was in deep. And I should have been said it, but I didn't. We all make mistakes. We all do stuff that we shouldn't have done. So don't sit up here and try to crucify me when you need to be sweeping around your own front door. I just had to get that out of my chest because I feel like y'all be in my comments trying to play like y'all saints and y'all are sinners. At least some of y'all are. I know all of y'all ain't. Like, you know what I'm saying? But don't try to act like you ain't never had, you know what I'm saying, been in that position or never did anything. Don't try to act like your cup's squeaky clean, okay? Living in glass houses trying to throw rocks. And one of my favorite sayings, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. Amen? Can I get an amen in the comments? Anyway, back to the story. So, boom shakalaka, y'all. I was trying to figure out how long was I going to go without saying anything. How far was I going to get without letting April know about, you know, me and Francesca's friendship? And was there ever a time that she was going to find out? Y'all ready? Okay, so let's get into it. At this point in time of our relationship, situationship, because we low-key haven't really made it that official. Even though you would think if we low-key living together, I met her parents and everything like that, I just still felt like there was something that really didn't solidify a relationship. But we were still working towards that. But anyway, at this point in time, I started helping April with her cleanings. Like, we both would go to houses. We would get it done faster. I would work with her. I would help her with scheduling and booking and stuff like that. Cute. So one day she scored big. Somebody paid her to clean and revamp a whole wedding venue. They had a wedding the coming up weekend. And so me and her is going to clean together. We made a lot of money from it, whatever. That night we went out to celebrate. Now, how I feel is that anytime drinks are involved, well, not anytime, certain times when drinks are involved, you have to be really careful because I don't know why, but that liquor will definitely have you talking up a storm. Sometimes you say some stuff that you shouldn't. Sometimes you say some stuff that you don't mean. Sometimes you say some stuff that you just rather had kept to yourself. So boom, we hit the bar for drinks to celebrate. And you know what I'm saying? Me and April, we going shot for shot. We having a good time. We going over about how we so glad like this has really turned into a partnership and stuff like that. You know, all good vibes, right? So then she's like, hey, I want to play a game with you real quick. And I like games, but not the type of game that April about to play. She's like, okay, it's called confession. Basically, I'm going to confess something, then you confess something, and we take a shot, and after that, we can no longer speak on it. We have to say it. We don't have to talk about it. We can't ask no questions, and after that, we just leave it where it's at. And in my head, I'm sobering up a little bit. I'm like, this is my perfect opportunity for me to say what I need to say because y'all heard her. She said after it leaves our mouth, we cannot question it. We cannot get mad about it. We just have to say what we have to say and move on. I was cool with that game. Let's do it. Okay, cool. So April goes first. She goes, well, okay, one thing that I want to confess to you, like I haven't really been telling my family that you're my girlfriend or anything like that. I've been telling them that you're my wife, that we're married, and that we have a baby on the way. Wait. Huh? She's like, I know it's very embarrassing, but whatever. I just feel like I really, really like you, like borderline love you, but I just don't want to be the first to say it because I don't want to get hurt. But yes, anytime I like talk about you, I always say my wife, my wife, my wife. I never classify you as my friend or my girlfriend. She's like, I don't want to put any pressure on you that, you know, forcing you to call me your wife or anything like that. But I'm just letting you know it's a silly confession. And yeah, that's it. She took her shot and I couldn't say nothing, right? So now it's my turn. And y'all, I am so nervous. It's just like, oh my God. Like, I know what I'm about to say. I'm definitely about to tell her about the whole Francesca fiasco. But it's just like, dang. I feel like I should explain myself. But hey, she made the rules, not me, chat. So let's get right into it. So she's like, okay, come on. It's your turn. Like, what do you have to say? What do you have to confess to me? I'm like, okay, April. My confession is this whole time I've been knowing Francesca. Francesca is actually my friend. She's not my cousin. She's my friend. Y'all, April just started laughing. I mean, like literally busting out laughing. She had tears in her eyes from laughing. Sounds like she was about to lose her breath. Like she's just really cackling. And I'm just looking at her like, so I'm like, what? She's like, oh my God, you're so funny. You're so crazy. Like, yeah, right. Like, let me find out that you really do know her this whole time. Like, it's going to be some stuff. But anyway, take your shot, whatever. Y'all, April thought I was joking. April thought that I was just kidding and playing around, and I was so serious. And it's just like, I'm looking so, she's the only one laughing. She's like, whatever, okay, you don't want to confess anything. You've never really been an open book. Like, I should have expected that. But whatever, take your shot. Let's get out of here. Let's finally go home. But I'm like, but wait, I'm being serious. Like, I do know Francesca. She's like, what, Francesca, your cousin? She was like, maybe you do have a friend named Francesca, but I know it's not the same Francesca that I've been talking about. Like, that's quite impossible. I know you would have been told me by now. Like, I know you wouldn't do me like that. And that right there, hearing April say that, like, she don't even look at me as that type of person, y'all. I could have broke down in that bar. I just felt like I'm like, April, please. She's like, no, those aren't the rules. The rules are to say what you have to say, take a shot, and dead it. Don't talk about it no more. Don't bring it up. She's like, whatever. You want to be funny, you want to be cute, whatever. I get that. But, like, let's move forward. What y'all expect me to do? What would y'all have done? I kept trying, like, even when we got in the car, I'm like, look, April, for the last time, she's like, stop, like, you're gonna ruin the vibe, like, stop bringing that up. She was like, honestly, that would, like, really make me mad if the fact that you really did know her the whole time, but I know you wouldn't do that. You're not that type of person, this, and then. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, I really want you to listen to me. Y'all, she wasn't trying to have it. She wasn't trying to hear it. She wasn't trying to deal with none of that. What else was I supposed to do? We got home and I'm like, you know what? I got something to show you. So I grabbed my phone. I'm going to me and Francesca text thread. Y'all, April grabbed my phone out of my hand. She was like, I don't want to see no text thread. I want to see you in the shower with me and I want to see you laying down in my bed. Let's go. Like, I'm over. I don't want to hear that. Like, y'all, I keep on. Well, this like my 5th time trying to convince her, like, look, this is it. I'm telling the truth. Why aren't you paying attention? Y'all, April powered my phone off. We got in the shower, got fresh, got clean, laid down, did the grown up. And that was that. It's crazy how I went from not knowing how I was going to tell her, how I was going to break the bad news to her, all this other stuff, to like, I didn't want nothing more but to just get this out. And now that I'm trying to get it out, she don't believe me. She thinks I'm being funny. She thinks I'm trying to, play some type of joke on her or whatever like that. And it's just like, girl, I'm not on that with you. Like, please listen to me. This is for real. I'm trying to confess up. I'm trying to let you know the vibes, whatever like that. And she's just like, oh, whatever. The next morning we woke up. April went in the kitchen. She started cooking breakfast, stuff like that. She's like, look, I have another confession. I'm going to say it. And, once it leaves my mouth, we can't talk about it. No questions, no nothing. I'm like, what's up? She like, well, last night before we went to sleep, I posted us on my main story. Like, usually I would put us in the close friends, but I posted us on the main story. I let everybody know you mine and all mine, and I'm not going nowhere. And at first, I'm like, okay, I like that. You know what I'm saying? You loving me out loud, you know what I'm saying? Loud and proud. That's all good. But at first, I didn't really see a problem with it. But later on, when her phone started ringing off the hook, blocked messages and all this other stuff, I'm like, you know who, Francesca, must have seen it and she didn't like what she saw. Now, mind you, the picture is of me and April. We all hugged up. We smiling. You know what I'm saying? We having a great time. I think we was like leaving the movies or something like that. And you could just definitely see the love in our eyes. You could feel the love, the energy through the picture, right? Y'all know Francesca was not having that. So, okay, cool. I'm thinking the day normal. April go to work. I go to work. We continue to text each other, stuff like that. We get home and she's like, I want to talk to you about something. I'm like, what's up? She like, I know I said we're not supposed to bring it up, but I just feel like this is a weird coincidence. She was like, some girl, Pam, I guess the same girl that wanted me to come out in the middle of nowhere to clean her house. She hit me up and was like, hey, I think it's so funny how y'all so in love, but the whole time, Star Young was the person that set you up. So April went on to say, like, I know that you were just joking or whatever when you say you knew Francesca last night, but this is just too much of a coincidence. Like, do you know this girl, Pam? Like, where did she get this from that you're, like, low-key setting me up and stuff like that? Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of confused. So I just, I want you to let me know what's going on. I felt like somebody reached deep down in me and, like, ripped my heart out, threw it on the floor, stomped on it, picked it up, put it in the blender, blended it up, put it in a frying pan, fried it, then put it in the oven, baked it, took it out of the oven, put it in the freezer, froze it, but then took it outside in the hot sun and just like let it melt and then get it up and put it like in the straw and like let somebody drink it and like poop it out. That's how I was feeling, y'all. That's, if I could describe how I felt, that's exactly like in that moment, hearing those words come out of her mouth, that's exactly how I was feeling. So I was just looking at April. She's like, what, you don't have anything to say? She was like, I'm literally just asking you like kind of what's going on because like I can deal with the whole, fake calls and, the block calls and stuff like that. She was like, but this Pam girl seems to maybe know something that I feel like I should know. So I was like, okay, look, like last night when I confessed that to you, I was being honest. I was being truthful. Yes, I do know Francesca. Yes, we were friends. Yes, she told me to kind of like make you fall in love with me and stuff like that. And yes, that was the plan at first. I'm not going to lie. But since then, even I have already discussed it with Francesca. I really like you. I found myself falling for you. I won't be able to do that to you. Henceforth, that's why me and Francesca are no longer friends. Yes, I also knew exactly who Pam was when you screenshot me her profile about her coming and wanting to clean it. And I also know that Francesca wanted you to go out there so maybe Pam could like beat you up or something like that. But I was never going to let that happen. Which is why I told you like, yeah, nah, you're not doing that. Y'all, April's eyes got so watery. She was like, so let me get this straight. The only reason why we're here right now, the only reason why you booked the cleaning, the only reason why you chased after me so hard was basically to get back for your friend Francesca. So you don't even have a cousin named Francesca. So that was the Francesca that I was talking about calling you when we was in the car. And she was like, one more thing. So this whole time that we've been talking, dating, doing a grown up or whatever, you never found time to tell me this until now? She's like, wow, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. And, you know, it's justified. Like, I get it. I, too, would be speechless. I, too, would be completely upset. Anything that April wanted to do at that point, even if it came to just right across the face, like, I felt like I deserved that. You know what I'm saying? I would be upset. I would really try to get on that type of time because no way. So I'm sitting there prepared for whatever April about to say, whatever she's about to do. She's like, you know what? Okay. Thanks for telling me. Thanks for letting me know. Like, wait, what you mean? Okay, like just okay? Or what, like, what do you mean? She's like, I have nothing else to say. So I'm like, all right, now what? Like, is this the part where I go back to my crib and you stay here or whatever? She's like, nah, let's eat, take showers, and go to sleep. If we can get 600 likes on this video, part 6 will drop tomorrow. Maybe even a day, depending on how fast y'all move. We got time. I'm not going to lie. We got time. Let this video get 600 likes. 6 is in the comments for part 60. Because, y'all, do y'all really think she's just going to let it go like that? Do y'all really think it's just A-okay? Do y'all really think after all I confess, we just going to eat, take a shower, and go to sleep and pretend like it never happened? Yeah, 600 likes, 6 in the comments for part 666. I need to see them 6s, y'all. Because just when you think it couldn't get any worse, it did.